Good morning, let us pray. Census 80, bed 1, patient Aguanta, 38, male, single. Vital Q early, INOQ shift. For NGT, insertion was ordered. For nurse Riam. Bed 80, patient Kulata, 32, male, married. Vital Q early, INOQ shift. For NGT, feeding. For nurse Optima. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, the patient is for NGT insertion. After checking the physician's order, Nurse Christian is going to identify the patient. Identification of the patient ensures right patient receives the ordered procedure. Miss Aguanta, right? Now, Nurse Christian is going to explain the procedure to the patient and provide rationale to why the tube is needed. Patient cooperation is facilitated when explanations are provided. Ma'am, we'll be inserting today your nasogastric tube for the passageway of your meals and your medication. Nurse Christian is now going to gather the equipment. This provides organized approach to tasks. After performing hand hygiene, Nurse Christian is going to put on non-sterile gloves. This reduces the transmission risk of infection. Raise the bed to high fowlers. Drape chest with bath towel or disposable pad. Have an emesis basin and tissues handy. Raising the bed promotes the comfort and proper body mechanics. Upright position is more natural for swallowing. Patient may gag and teary-eyed. Basin and tissue may come in handy. Assess the client's nares. Ask the client to hyperextend his head. Using pen light, observe intactness of the tissues of the nostrils. Assessing the nares to be inserted with a tube can prevent provider further trauma. Examine the nares for any obstruction by asking the clients to breathe through one of the nostrils while occluding the other, and also past surgery in polyps and trauma. Select the nostrils that has greater airflow. Nurse Christian is going to measure the distance to insert tube by placing tip of the tube at patient's nostrils and extending to the tip of the earlobe, and then tip to the side point process. The measurement ensures that the tube will be long enough to enter patient's stomach. Mark this with an adhesive tape. Lubricate tube tip at least 2 to 4 inch. Lubrication reduces friction and facilitates passage. Ask the patient to slightly flex head back against the pillow. Gently insert the tube into the nostril while directing the tube upward and backward. Following the normal contour of the nasal passage while inserting tube reduces irritation. When pharynx is reached, instruct patient to touch chin to chest. Swallowing helps in advancement of the tube. Encourage patient to sip water through straw or swallow. Advance as patient swallows. If gagging and coughing persist, stop advancing the tube and check placement of tube with tongue, blade, and pen light. Excessive coughing and gagging may occur if the tube has curled in back of the throat. Discontinue if there are signs of distress such as grasping, coughing, cyanosis, inability to speak or hum. The tube is in the airway if the patient shows signs of distress and cannot speak or hum. While keeping one hand on tube secure, determine each or the placement of the tube. Attach a syringe and aspirate a small amount of stomach contents. Keeping one hand on tube securing stabilizes the tube. The tube is in the stomach if the contents can be aspirated. Measure the pH aspirated. The pH is acidic. Obtain X-ray of placement of tube as ordered. X-ray is considered the most reliable method of identifying the position of the nasogastric tube. Secure the tube by taping it with one bridge of the nose. Cut a 4-inch piece of tape and split bottom 2 inches. Place and split end one the bridge and wrap split ends under the tubing. Be careful not to pull tube too tightly against the nose. Constant pressure of the tube against the mucous membrane causes tissue injury. Clamp the tube and cap or attach the suction according to physician's order. Suction provides decompression of stomach and drainage of gastric contents. Secure the tube to patient's gown by using tape. This prevents tension and tugging on the tube. Provide oral hygiene every 2 to 4 hours. Oral hygiene keeps mouth clean and moist. Remove all equipment, lower the bed and make the patient comfortable. Remove non-sterile gloves and perform hand hygiene and document the procedure done. Hand hygiene deters spread of microorganisms and patients should be given utmost comfort.
Done.
Patient and one. Oh, it's almost time.
So, here's the medication ticket. Patient Aguanta. Okay. NGT feeding. 3 o'clock. Oh, it's almost 3. I need to prepare now. And some tobacco. The water. The benderized feeding. Okay. And of course, the medication kit. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hey, good afternoon, nurse.
Nurse Kelvin is going to identify the patient. This is to ensure that the patient who is going to receive the feeding is the right patient.
Good. Patient Kulata.
Now, Nurse Kelvin will explain the procedure and why this intervention is needed for conscious patients. This is to let the patient know about the procedure and alleviate his or her anxiety. But when the patient is unconscious, then he is going to proceed to the next procedure.
Sir, I'm going to feed you now, okay?
Nurse Kelvin now performs abdominal key assessment. This is to ensure or to ascertain that the tube is in proper placement.
Okay, good. The tube is in proper placement.
Next, Nurse Kelvin is going to elevate the head of the bed 30 to 45 degrees or as near normal position for eating as possible. This is to avoid aspiration.
Sir, going to elevate your head, sir.
After performing hand hygiene, Nurse Kelvin now performs clean gloving. This is to reduce the transmission risk of infection. Then, unpin tube from patient's gown. Check to see that the nasogastric tube by first instilling 30 ml of air, then aspirate for gastric contents. This is to check if there is residues left in the last feeding.
Okay, good. There are no residue done with the last feeding.
Aspirate all gastric contents with a syringe and measure to check for the residual amount of feeding in the stomach. If residue is less, after aspiration, then proceed flushing. Flush tube with 30 ml of water for irrigation. This is to keep the tube patent. Disconnect syringe from tubing and cap end of tubing while preparing for the formula feeding equipment.
Okay, I'm done preparing.
Administer feeding. This is to let blenderized feeding flow by gravity. Raise the syringe as high as possible. Now, Nurse Kelvin is going to flush 30 ml of water and let it flow by gravity. This is to maintain patent airway. After this step, kink the tube and pin it back on the patient's gown. Remove all equipment, lower the bed, and make the patient comfortable. Remove non-sterile gloves and perform hand hygiene, and document the procedure done. This hand hygiene deters spread of microorganisms and patient should be given utmost comfort.
Okay, sir, I'm done with the feeding. I'm going now, sir. Okay, I'm done. Patient Colata. Here.
Andito hawit, andito hawit, andito hawit.
Good girl, di ba?